Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
All right, kids, it is time for Danny Bonaduce, life coaching. Give me a call right now at 1-800-252-1025, or we will happily accept your emails. The emails come in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we love those. It's lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let's talk to our friend Easy. Hey, Easy, how you doing?
I'm above ground and vertical, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm having some problems with my son accepting the fact that I'm probably going to be passing pretty soon.
Okay, you are. Is it stage 4 cancer?
Yeah, stage 4 lung cancer.
And if memory serves, it's lung cancer, correct?
Yeah, it is lung cancer.
I'm sure I say this every time, but you can't go wrong here. I'm sorry about that, Easy. That's a tough one. I'm glad you're doing as well as you are.
Well, I've decided I don't want to do chemo. I don't want to do radiation. And my son thinks I'm just giving up.
Are you?
No. In fact, I use juice for oxygenation and plants. Oxygen is bad for lung cancer.
So is radiation, Easy.
Yeah, but it's also bad on the rest of you.
It is. It tears you up. I will give you that. Is this a conscious choice that the chemo is going to make you so sick? I'm not doing that with my last days. Do not believe the chemo would keep you alive with any quality of life?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I accept, it's not up to me to accept, but I do in case you're going to stay up nights going, Bonaduce doesn't agree with me and I have cancer. No, you're cool to do whatever you want to do. Now, let's talk about your son. What's that?
Well, we've just started rebonding, because there was a time we were separated and, we're starting to get into stuff, doing things and, more father-son stuff.
Right.
When he was real young, I was working all the time, so we didn't get enough quality time. Now we're getting this quality time, and boom, in comes a cancer.
Right.
And it's, kind of like a slap in the head.
Yeah, it feels like, to him, I assume, it feels like you're leaving him again. Is that the vibe he gives off?
Right.
Boy, that's unfortunate. Here, let me give you a couple ideas. One is, either way, we're all going to go. And I don't think your kid is going to have a real easy time of this, and nor should he. I wouldn't want him to. I was talking to the gang here. There's a great book that you should recommend to your son that might give him solace no matter how this turns out. It's called On Grief and Grieving, Finding the Meaning of Grief Through the 5 Stages of Loss. You might want to look for that. And the short title for looking it up is On Grief and Grieving. Might be an interesting, while you're still above ground and horizontal, or however cool way you said it, Easy, give that to your son to deal with it. And then, when I was about to do the 2-minute warning, and I look and I see you on hold, and I actually said out loud during the mics weren't on, I said to Sarah, I can't believe I'm using up any of Easy, the time he has left, putting him on hold for a radio show. And I said he's got stage 4 cancer. Here's the thing, your son, as wonderful as he is, somehow you need to convey this to him, that having you to console him, I know you're the dad and everything, this isn't his time. This is your time. That every second you can go fishing or whatever it is. For me and my dad, it certainly wasn't fishing, but you get what I mean. If you get to go fishing and do that this time and go to the movies and go see a Mariners game, this is your time. And all he has is to support you. And I think if you let him know, I get it, Junior. It's lovely that you care this much. It's sad that I was back in your life for the first time and now God's going to take me away. But it's 100% my time, and I don't think we should use it on the fact that you're sad. It's nice that you're sad. It's understandable that you don't understand, but this is my remaining time, son. And I think, I'll bet you your kid is a reasonable kid, and I bet he understands that completely. You know what, Dad? You're right. This could not be more about you. So give that a shot and hang in. And I was about to say, don't worry, chemo won't kill you, but I don't know that to be true. But I want you to do whatever it is that you can do, because you sound like a great guy, and I enjoy it when you call the show. So anything you can do to stay alive, we'd appreciate it. You got that, Easy? Take care, buddy.
If you've got any kind of problem and would like the help of the life coach, he is here just to help you. Make the call right now at 800-252-1025. We're going to put you on now with Ethan and Everett.
Good morning, Ethan.
Good morning.
What can I do for you?
Oh, there's this girl that I still have feelings for. We were dating a few months back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of worried about her because she's doing stuff that she probably shouldn't be doing at 14 years old.
How old are you?
15.
Okay, I was gonna. If you said 25,
Deep
no, she's 14. Okay, you're a kid. All right, you just got a very grown-up voice. So what is she doing at 14 years of age?
Well, on Sunday,
By the way, there's some people, and I'm not necessarily one of them, that says nobody should have feelings for anybody when you're 14 and 15. But you know what? You fall in love. What are you going to do? Parents going to keep you apart because that's what parents do. So I'm with you 100% there, Ethan. So this girl, she's 14. She's making some bad decisions. What are they?
well, last Sunday, there's this guy that she supposedly has a love-hate relationship with, which I don't exactly understand how that's even possible.
Oh, man, wait till you'll have 1,000 with her. This girl, she makes your heart race every time you see her, saying around you, fight like cats and dogs. It's a love-hate. That happens all the time. But, you know, it's not your time to know too much right now. A lot of this is experiential. Am I saying that right? And you'll understand it when it happens to you. So, back to the 14-year-old girl having a love or hate relationship. How old's the boy?
I don't actually know, but he's older, 16, 17.
Okay, but he's not above the age of 18. I just get so iffy with a 14-year-old. Okay, so she has a love-hate relationship. Go on.
And she was doing it with him last Sunday.
Okay, 14, way too young to do it, in my estimation. I know people that started, especially girls, because I ask a lot of questions and I shouldn't, that started at 14 and they grew up to be perfectly fine, people, but I don't recommend it. There's stuff to look forward to that you don't get a chance to when you're 14. Say you wait till you're 17, you're going to graduate high school and you really like this guy. Damn, I did that when I was in the 7th or 8th grade or however they are. My son's 14. Man, my son shouldn't do it. All right, so I don't like this girl doing it. Go on.
So I'm just wondering, should I just kind of block her out because I know that's the type of person she is, and I don't know if she's going to ever be able to change the way she is like that. And it's kind of hurting me to see her doing that to herself.
Okay, so what is your, because I've got all sorts of things going on in my head. What is your question for the Dooch man?
Should I continue trying to be her friend and just, because really I'm trying to help her get out of this. She's been in a cycle sort of like this for a long time.
What do her parents say?
Her parents don't know about any of this.
They know nothing about it. She doesn't leave off clues, because I'm trying to think. I am not as physically as close to my kids as I would like to be, but I'd like to think I could tell if something was going wrong. I'd like to think if my daughter, who I can say this now because she's 20, if my daughter at 14 decided to be sexually active and was having a love-hate relationship with a boy, I'm just thinking I could tell that. I could feel that. I think. I hope. But who really knows? So let me ask you a question. Ethan, are you in love with this girl?
I don't think so.
Let me ask you again. I'm going to ask you a little slower. I want you to take a second to think about it. Ethan, my friend, is there any chance at all that you are in love with this girl?
No.
All right, good. Then here's what I think you should do. I think you should, be a shoulder to cry on, because 14-year-old doing the things she's doing. Do you know if she takes any drugs?
No, but smoking.
Smoking cigarette. Well, smoking, people do that. It's legal. She shouldn't do it at her age. I don't like the move she's making. Normally, I would say, because if you said to me, yes, Danny, I love her, I was going to say, then go. Fight for her. Win her back. Make her your girlfriend. But you don't, and I believe you. I believe that you're a worried person. You had certain feelings for her that you don't anymore. I'm going to tell you that you should offer her your shoulder to cry on. If she comes around talking about how things are going for her, it's a reason, because she wants your input. But at the end of the day, as soon as you feel you can move along without her, you should. This kid is headed for trouble, and I don't know that you're going to get her out of it as much as she might get you into it. The short version of that answer is, I think you need to steer clear of this girl. Not today. I don't want you to be a different guy the next time you see her and go, I can't talk to you. I called the life coach. He said, get away from me. But you're 15. You absolutely 100 need to protect yourself. You're going to fall in love really hard, really soon. And it's not with this girl, and I don't want you to spend too much time on her. So you hang in, Ethan, and thank you very much for calling me. I appreciate being that part of your life.
You got a question for the life coach? The number is 800-252-1025, and the email always available at lifecoach@kzok.com. Lori in Sumner sent an email. My daughter is in the 1st grade. She has trouble making friends due to her ADHD. Her 7th birthday is coming up, and of the 16 kids she invited, only one parent has RSVP'd. Should we change the party to a family one? How can we save her from feeling embarrassed if none of her classmates show up?
Well, first of all, just because people don't RSVP, people are lazy and people are not all that bright. I don't know. I can't, because this is a horror show if none of her friends show up. So I don't want to say, well, you know what? Maybe they didn't RSVP. I don't think enough of them are coming to make it clear to your first grader that she has friends, and then you say they're lazy, they didn't RSVP. I think that your idea of moving it to some kind of family party that you're going to accept other visitors to, that, the friends that RSVP'd and others are going to drop by and they're going to knock on your door and you're going to think, you should have sent an RSVP. I've been really nervous. But get the emphasis off the fact that other people need to show that the only person that needs to be at this birthday party is your daughter. And she's doing fine. Here's the thing. This is, I'm a little bit of a lazy dad sometimes, in the sense that I don't want a lot of drama with my kids as long as I can look good. Presents early. That's dead. I'm dead serious, man. The clock strikes 2, and that's time the party's supposed to start, and your daughter's about to say, where are all the people? And instead you go, hey, little Becky, here's a bicycle with a princess on it and a horse and a pumpkin carriage. Come look at this thing. It's all shiny. So I think distracting the kid is a great idea, and I think more parents than the one is going to show up. But don't let her know that the emphasis is on other people. The emphasis is on her, and she'll be fine. Thanks for the email.
We've got time for another email on Danny Bonaduce Life Coach. This is from Patricia in SeaTac. I'm 23 years old. I moved back in with my mother while I finish my schooling, and so I can start looking to begin my career. My mother is a divorcee and has lived alone for the past 5 years. I know she has battled some depression, but I thought she was coping. Now that I'm living with her, I see signs of her self-medicating. I think my mom may be using meth. What should I do?
What? Ma, remember we were talking earlier in the day how you know you're getting older? When somebody's parents are using meth. Wow. You know what? I got to tell you, that's the last. Now, I have some experience with drugs. I don't with meth, but in the drug culture at all, I don't know. With what I know about drugs and what I know about meth, it would be my last choice for self-medicating. You know what? I'd be taking painkillers literally to mask the pain. But if you think your mom has a drug problem, no matter what the drug, and who am I to say it's not meth? I'll bet it is meth. Why would you say that? You absolutely need to talk about this, because and it's your job to talk. Believe me, if your mom think about it this way. If your mom thought you were taking meth to mask your pain of failing out or whatever your last pain was, people your age should have none, by the way. If your mom suspected for even one moment that you were on meth, she'd call out the cavalry. Oh my God, sweetheart, are you on meth? What can I do? You owe her the same. Not only did this woman raise you, and you see it on TV shows, almost a comedy. I raised you through the sniffles and the flu and that boyfriend and this. Now you're moving back in as an adult in college. She's there for you again. No matter how uncomfortable it is, you've got to be there for her. You have got to have this talk with your mother. And it'll be really weird if you're wrong, but I've never seen anybody accuse anybody or say, are you taking drugs, to somebody who wasn't. You're almost always right. You need to talk about this with your mother, because she would do it for you. Hey, that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.